All right. How's it going tonight, everyone? Welcome. Happy Thursday, or whatever day you're watching this, whatever. Maybe it's Friday for you, who knows, whatever. Anyways, we got a lot to do tonight. We're going to start with this pull request that the reviewers haven't gotten to yet, which is fine. We're going to self-review it and make it go, because I need it for a pull request that I need to get into Alpha 2. We're going to self-review it and go from there. How's it going, Sick Mofo? Welcome. How are you? So I opened this pull request on the 7th, so I haven't looked at it in 11 days. So it should be pretty new when I look at it. So we marked Ibis Client Connect as deprecated and tell you to use Client Connect Async. Cool. This is all the same parameters, just now it's got callback data and cancelable. The idea here, and the pull requests are trying to get into Pidgin, for Purple for this, is that Purple Connection Connect will now become Connect Async. And that way you can get a direct result onto whether or not the connection was successful or not, rather than having to monitor it through the rest of the stuff. And the idea is to make Purple take care of the rest of that. That's why we're trying to get in for Alpha 2, so that the people working on protocol plugins will have that change and be able to go from there. But yeah, so this should be copy pasted, but how's it going, Fallen? Welcome. How are you? Use your data to pass to that. Yeah, attempts. Connection. See, you can self-review. Yeah, whatever. It's afternoon somewhere. What's the thing? International greeting time. Yeah, UGT, Universal Greeting Time. Thought there was like a Wikipedia page or something on this. Oh, wait, Universal. Yeah. Or maybe not. Yeah. Universal Greeting Time, an internet relay chat convention whereby a person who joins the conversation is greeted good morning and a person who leaves is bidden good night, regardless of the time zone. So you said afternoon, but whatever. Same idea. Similar concept. I'm like, how do you know that I'm in my normal time zone? Maybe I traveled halfway around the world. Or, you know, maybe I'm just in Hawaii, where, actually, no, if I was in California, it'd be 6 p.m., which is a little late for afternoon. But if I was in Hawaii or Alaska, yeah, sure, it'd be afternoon. Although if I were in Hawaii or Alaska, I probably would be streaming. But what are you gonna do? All right. Callback will be called when the TCP connection has been established, which is before the server has accepted the connection. Yeah. See, registered and stopped to track whether or not the server has accepted the connection. Right, this is where it gets tricky, but this is okay having the callback here. It's like, all right, we've established a TCP connection. We're not, you know, fully successful yet, but we're in the process. This gets a little weird with IRC because of the steps, but it's okay. But yeah, we allow you to pass your own the Purple side, we allow you to pass your own cancelable because maybe you're doing weird stuff and other stuff, but yeah. It was client, const star, host name. Password debooling. Okay. Connect finish. Result. Return address for G error. Gets the result of connection attempt. Returns true if the connection was successful. Sent 0.16. Ibis available 0.16. So we also have everything staged for Ibis 0.16 too. Once we merge this, we're gonna merge the release and release it, and then we can work on the other Pidgin pull request to do the rest of that. It's 9:28 p.m., but I usually say afternoon because it's so used to saying that. Yeah, and whatever. Like, it's not a big deal. It's fine. All right, so the client connect callback got changed up a little bit because now this is Right, so the source here is the socket client, yeah. And then data now is a task that we pass to this, and we jammed the client into the task data. But otherwise, this callback is pretty much the same, right? And then if we got an error, we just return an error because now we're a G-task. We don't have to do these other crap of stopping the client and stuff. Otherwise, we were successful, so we return true on the task, and we clear the task. Easy peasy. Connect, I just reformatted all this. Right, this is kind of the newer style we're going for. It's a little extra lines, especially this guy, but it's just easier to read and easier to deal with stuff, I think. I could be wrong, but whatever, right? But so we still left it as client connect right now, and that just calls the async method with no callback and no data, right? So it's gonna go do the thing and go from there. Connect async, same deal. Well, it replaced the connect, but now we have a task. We create the task. We set the task data to a reference of the client with a destroy notify of object of unref. Then we reflowed this, right? And then instead of refing the client here, we pass the task. Do I happen to know the local band, well, local Wisconsin, something to do? No, I'm not real big into ska. Ska never did anything for me. So, although it's possible some of my friends might know who they are, but I personally don't. Connect finish, same basic. Make sure we got the right object, check if it's valid, and then propagate the Boolean out. Cool. All right, it was Clyde. Had to get a little workaround here. Ooh, 3 streaks, nice. These numbers would be higher if I streamed more often, or maybe they'd be lower because people wouldn't be able to make all of them. How's it going, Subuntu? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Actually, is your name actually MDS Ubuntu, or I've just always called you Subuntu, and I don't remember if you told me that's right or not. So let me know. All right, so this got moved from line 190 something. Yeah, so stop callback. Yep, just grabs the application, calls release, right? That just got moved up. Cool, not a big deal. And then connect callback. Yeah, so we didn't have a connect callback before. How did we do this before? Did I delete this stop? No, we still have stopped. Oh, right. Okay, we connect here. So once we actually establish our TCP connection, we grab the application, we call connect finish. If it failed, we failed to connect, blah, blah, blah. We release the application, program closes. Otherwise, we message connection established, and we connect the stop signal so we can track when that's going to happen. Okay, yep, easy peasy. Cool, cool, cool. And then the client connect became connect async. Oh, I didn't wrap this one. I should probably wrap this. Reflow. Okay, I've got rid of the stop signal. All right, cool. Easy peasy. We're gonna publish this. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't debugged any of that in a while. Spasm needs some loving. It's behind on a lot of stuff, and it's gonna get broken here after this next pull request. So the idea is right after Alpha 2 release, or right before it, I don't know, but right around its release, I'm gonna go and update Spasm. Because we're going to have to anyways, because we're changing the connect async thing and all that stuff. So, there. How's it going, Twitched? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Motion Design Studio. Okay, so what should I call you, though? How should I refer to you in chat? MDS Anima? Or Anime, whatever. Like how would you like me to refer to you? Because I was sitting there going, Markdown's Ubuntu? I was like, that's not right. Did I verify all my terminals are clean? I did not. Okay. Hi, mister. Suddenly, cat. Hi, mister. You guys can't even see him. You here for treats? Is this what you're here for? Oh, you're licking your lips. You don't have to tell me all these things. How do you want me to refer to you in chat? If you were like, hey, call me that dude, I would say, okay, that dude. If continuing to call you Subuntu is fine, that's fine too. Doesn't matter to me. It's whatever you prefer. These are catnip flavored greenies, but not catnip. Where's the flavor? Oh, flavor's in green. It's not really coming up on the camera. No, he's barely in frame. There we go. We got him a new collar because the existing one, he's kind of tore it up. So those of you, if you're wondering why he has the collar and everything, he has a food tube or feeding tube inserted right now because he was not eating. He has gotten better, but they say he needs to eat for a week on his own. That happens like Sunday, Monday. Then we can go and get it removed. Nope, that's not it. I'm in the wrong damn tree. That's Hassel 6's Ibis. No, this is Bird. I'll just hit my hand. Oh. Well, I don't have this open. All right, cool. Ibis. You might do okay? Okay, cool. On a 20 stream streak? Holy crap. I think you are the current leader there. Alright, so client.h connect async attempts a connection to the given host name and port. Yeah, so this says attempt to connect, and I just missed that when I said attempts a connection. Alright, well, then the other thing, what the hell was the other thing? I'm a good cat dad? I don't know about that, man. But try to take care of them. Reflow parameters on Ibis Cly 221. I'll tell you this much. If he was on my healthcare plan, I would have hit my deductible. And everybody that's not in the US is like, what are you talking about? And it's stupid healthcare shit. Don't worry about it. do 4636. US needs more universal cat healthcare. Yes. Yeah, like people keep telling me, well, you should look at pet care and blah blah blah. Like, you know how much this shit costs? Like, it's not that much cheaper. What the hell? This was working. So I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff you shouldn't do because review board tools is not in Debian. Which I don't know why it's not. So I installed from pip, and apparently I just missed a package, or a package got removed. Alright, is this still not? I haven't checked in a while. Yeah, it's not here. Alright, show changes. So that says connection. Oh. That's because it's rebased too. Okay, but we reflowed the parameters, and these were rebased. Or changes from the rebase. Because like, that stuff is not going to be here. Yeah. Rebased and addressed issues. Give it. Yeah, we were talking about this a couple streams ago where somebody mentioned, or I was talking about an article I read somewhere where someone said that the pet insurance is so crazy where, like, instead what they do is they open a savings account, and the money that they would pay in the pet insurance they put into the savings account. And then when they need the money for pet care, they, you know, use that money. And then that way, you know, they can get their own interest on it and stuff like that, and they don't have to pay a premium that just, you know, might get denied or whatever. So but yeah, I've never bothered with pet insurance because it just always seemed like a scam. Like Slater with his asthma and stuff, roughly. So his inhaler's like $80 a month times 12 plus one like $700 vet appointment a year. Because he's got to do blood work and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And he's got to be sedated because he won't tolerate the vets, blah, blah, blah. So in general, he costs generally $1,660 a year. So like if I'm paying more than $140 a month in pet care, it's not worth it. No, or in pet insurance. I haven't actually looked what it is. I also don't know if they'll cover all of that, right? So it's just easier to pay that much money a year, right? Nope. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, is that monitor? That's what broke. Never mind. At one point the other day, my screens were turning off just for not being used, and I quickly hit the mouse to bring it back right away, and the monitor on the right didn't come back all the way, like it wasn't pulling enough power or something. So I had to turn it off and back on to get it to work right. And then, of course, I had to do that via ARandar because the LIs wouldn't have mapped right, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it was like flickering weird and shit. Not like all over, but like in the center, it was weird. But generally, when you have to do that, the monitors will come up with a new name. But and then OBS uses the name to find the monitor. But since it's not one that's in the stream, it doesn't matter. That's the entire point of what I'm trying to get to. All right, 46, 43. All right, because this should have that pull request. I put this all in here. Yep. All right. Code Drift with the raid. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How was your stream? What were you up to tonight? I gotta admit, I don't recognize your name, which doesn't mean much. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitch outside of streaming, but yeah. Anyways, thank you for the raid and welcome everyone from Code Drift Stream. My name is Gary Kramlich. I'm the lead developer of Pidgin Instant Messenger. Maybe you've heard it, maybe you've used it, maybe you used to use it, maybe you still use it, maybe you know but by its old name and game. Either way, we spend all our time here working on it. It's good to see me. Yeah, good to see you too. Hope you're doing well. Am I following you? I am following you. Okay, good. There's fond memories of Pidgin as we came over. Lots of folks remember Trillium and other multi-messenger. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, we've been, we're getting close to Pidgin 3, but we're still a ways out. You can see from the graph over here, we're 12 days-ish away from the next alpha. The alphas are not meant for users yet, for Pidgin 3. But we're getting Lib Purple into shape. The alphas we're not going to do any more massive rewrites. That doesn't mean we're not going to write new APIs, but we're not going to like rip out, we're not going to completely remove stuff that's there, although the request API might be on the block. But then when we get to betas are going to be when we think the UIs, APIs are good. Then when we get to release candidates, then users can start using it. But like, so the Twitch chat above us, which is pretty bare right now, yeah, there's a ton of Lib Purple API surgery. There's an absolute massive amount. But like the chat up above us, which is Twitch chat, is this window right here, which you'll notice it says it's Pidgin, and this is actually Pidgin 3. We're using 2.9 whatever as we're doing releases, building up to 3.0. But this is Pidgin 3 right here. You can see the whole thing. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do on this protocol plugin and stuff, but it works, right? You can connect to Twitch. Right now, it uses OAuth for authentication, but I'm going to change this in the very near future. This is one of the things I was talking about earlier with giving this protocol plugin is called Spasm. It lives outside of the Pidgin code base. But one of the things that's going to be updated with this is, but yeah, like here's the entire chat, blah, blah, blah. Presence needs to work, blah, blah, a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to move to the device code flow auth. That's the thing where like you go to a web page and you enter in a code after you've logged into the site. That's going to work better in general for a Lib Purple plugin for almost all plugins because like something like Finch, it's hard for that to use a web view, stuff like that. Like we'll still make an option so people can do that, but we're going to be like, hey, if you can, try to do it this way because it'll just be easier for, especially for bridges and stuff too. Go to this URL, enter this code. Cool, right? But yeah, so this is kind of an outdated version of Purple, Pidgin 3 as well. The thing should be in here somewhere. Yeah, commit hash, this is going to be kind of old. I don't know exactly, but just I haven't updated this. This is running out of Flatpak. With it, a Flatpak extension to load the plugin and everything. But aside from that, right now, Pidgin 3 works with IRC, and we've got direct messages working in Zulip. Zulip is another open source protocol. I mentioned Spasm is out of tree. One of the big things we're doing in Pidgin 3 is there's no longer any proprietary protocols in the main tree. That doesn't mean we're not going to distribute them with the main binary, but it means the source code is separated, right? We haven't figured out all the distribution methods and how it's exactly going to work. But in the past, we've lost contributors because their companies, their employers weren't happy about some of the legal gray area for some of the code in Pidgin. So, you know, they wouldn't let them work on Pidgin when they worked there. They found something else to do with their time, which is fine. You know, volunteer project is what it is. But we just don't want to be in that scenario anymore. So that's the deal. That's your spiel. So yeah. Yeah, so lots of things are changing. We're getting there. It's funny, I look at the Pidgin 2 code, I don't even recognize it anymore because I've been working on the Pidgin 3 stuff for so long. And it's just like, oh, yep, that's a thing. But right now we're doing a release of our new IRC library called Ibis. This has some good changes and some stuff we want to get into Alpha 2. So we're trying to make sure we get to it today so that we can get Alpha 2 out in the next 11 days. Yeah, that's fine. I did actually update to the tag, right? Yeah. Okay, so right now we're on the tag. So we're gonna run Mason dist. We're gonna generate our dist tarball. Cool. CD Mason dist GPG minus B minus A ibis tar.xz. There we go. When I don't release for a while, I can't remember my PGP key. No, we don't have any metrics. We want to put some sort of basic telemetry in because like we have no idea, right? Nobody connects to us, right? We're just a client. We don't run a server at all. But we don't have any metrics at all because that just would suck. Yeah, I mean, like, you can start looking at download numbers that'll kind of give you an idea, but the problem is, like, most open source projects, we release a tarball that then gets farmed out to a bunch of people, right? So, like, Debian downloads Pidgin once, and they distribute it to all the Debian Pidgin users, right? So that one download actually counts for, you know, N number, right? And that happens across every Linux distribution and across every package manager and stuff like that. And just, yeah. So the download numbers aren't really useful either. But yeah, and like even if we did some sort of telemetry or metrics or something, people are going to turn it off too, right? So we would have a minimum, but then we also have to watch out for people that are gaming the system and stuff like that. And that's a whole bunch of stuff I don't want to build. Like, I don't know about you all, but I don't want to build it. Yeah. frs.sf.net/home/frs/project/pigeon/ibis/0.16.0. I think that's right. Nope. It's there we go. All right, so now sf.not/projects/pigeon/files. Yes, we're still using SourceForge. Sue me, I don't care. Kind of gave up and brought PostHog in for anonymous metrics. Couldn't keep guessing a class. What is PostHog? I'm not familiar with that at all. Yeah, so I'm not logged in. That's why I can't see the files yet, but that's fine. All right, so there's the release. Cool. Oh, it's expensive? One of the nicer analytics folks out there? Gotcha. Well, I mean, the other problem is, right, we're open source, so we've got to make sure we're open source. So, like, there's only so much we can do, too. Yeah, so I'm going to clean up my trees here. Then we're going to do the release announcement. Then we're going to make a Pidgin pull request to update to the new version of Ibis. We'll go from there. Pretty sure it's just an open search, elastic search wrapper, huh? Although I suppose maybe one of those companies would be willing to do an open source license for us. That's always a possibility. I want this one. 4644. But yeah, my bigger concern with something like that with the telemetry is people injecting crap data. Because they will. That's just, you know, that's what people do. Finding data questions like, what percent of auth is failing? Yeah. People be terrible? Yep, yep. So, like, the thing is, I don't want to necessarily get into that kind of level of metrics where it's like auth is failing, stuff like that. My main concern right now, like, I don't even care how many users there are, right? Like, what good does that do me? I'm not selling anything, right? What is interesting to me, though, is what protocols are used and how many accounts people have of those protocols. Right? Because then we can determine what to focus on, right? Like, oh, okay, there's more people using this protocol, let's make sure that's here, or, you know, that kind of stuff. Because right now it's a crapshoot, right? It's just like, all right, yep, we're gonna work on this because I have a use for it, blah blah blah, and you know that's fine too. But yeah. Right, like otherwise, like what else do I really care about, right? I maybe care if what display platform you're using. But otherwise, we have so much stuff in the debug window, right? So one of the things we've historically had as a problem when people give us an error report is getting right information out of them, right? So what you can do now is, where the hell's the copy all? Is that at the bottom? Oh no, it's okay, it's the one at the top. So what you can do is you can hit this guy right here in the debug window, and then we can say, hey, okay, what the hell? Where is copy all? Is that broken? I thought it used to pop up on the bottom. It looks like it's broken. Joy. But like, so there's all sorts of stuff in here, right? Stuff that's useful for us to help debug you. Right? So like, instead of us going, you know, ask a couple questions, looking at some stuff, getting some more stuff, blah, 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 right? Okay, build information, CPU, x86-64, architect, x86-64. This could change. You could be running 32-bit on 64 or whatever, or other weird shit like that. What's the Indianness of your machine? What commit hash are you on? What's your version of libpurple? What's the glib version? This is the build information. This is what you're built against, right? So you're built against Purple 2.95.1 and glib 2.88.0, GTK 4.22.1, and WADA 1.9, right? But you're running against, so we're in the Flatpak runtime for GNOME 50, Purple version 2.95.1. This is all going to be the same because it's Flatpak. But then here's all your runtime directories, right? There's your locale directories, the specific GTK settings that we think might be an issue, right? So like, say somebody's English isn't their first language, right? And they're having some problem inputting text and we're not getting a clear example because there's a translation barrier, stuff like that, right? Well, their input module will be a hint to us that, you know, they're entering another language. Maybe there's having, like, because if somebody sends a message like, hey, when I type this, it doesn't work. And we're like, works fine here, right? Like, oh, okay, you're using a different input module. That could be part of it, right? There's all sorts of stuff like that too. Where the plugin search paths are, oh, my plugin won't load. Well, where is it? Oh, okay, well, it's not in your plugin search path. You got to put it into one of these or whatever, right? We can actually like help debug them without having them like go in and edit an XML file and stuff like that, right? And then we have all the arguments that were passed to Mason. That's our build tool. So we can see everything about their build and everything, right? There's no PII here at all. Maybe it gives their username through a home directory path or something. But aside from that, there's no PII here. And actually, we can probably fix that now that I think about it. And we should consider doing that. Right, like here it says home grim, blah, blah, blah. There is a glib method. What the hell is it called? Where the hell's manuals? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Gpath something. I have no idea what this is called. Expand path. What the hell is this thing called? Gpath get base name. Escape route clear, buff clear. Is this really all there is? Okay, so this isn't what it's like Homedir or something. You get Homedir. This gives you the Homedir, but it doesn't replace it with like tildes and shit. To be honest, the whole this is a bug versus am I doing tech support thingamaroll burned so many hours of actually good open source devs. Exactly, right? This has burned us many times. The question is mostly doing it, but yeah, right. Like, not blaming anyone, right? It's a real problem that needs to be solved. And that's why we wanted to build the debug window that way so that we can get a bunch of information really quick without having to walk the person through it. And we want it to be the same on all platforms, right? Because that way it's just, all right, give this thing, send it in no paste or, you know, open an issue, drop this, hit copy, paste this in, give me a second. Let me look through it, right? And they're just like, oh, okay, here's a problem, blah, blah, blah. All right. And just like the amount of time to go through and try to walk somebody through these commands and stuff, it's just, it's a huge time sink, right? That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. Like over the 20 whatever years I've worked on Pidgin, do you know how much time has gone into walking end users through things? Like, it's not their fault, right? Like, but it's just at the same time, it's just like, fuck. Right? Like, what do you do here, right? All right, I think there's some way to do this. If somebody wants to look for it, let me know. Let me finish getting this release done, and then we'll go from there. Like, this is something that'd be cool to have, but I also just, I can't think of the name of the function. So, yeah. But yeah, so anyways, we need to figure out where the little overlay or toast pop-up thing, whatever happened to that. And then, yeah. Actually, maybe that's what we should do. Huh. So number one, we need to redesign this a bit. It looks kind of ugly, whatever. I've got a call with Hilke Bonds next week to talk about the Pidgin 3 UI. Because he's got some thoughts on some stuff like that. If you don't know Hilke Bonds, he does icons for many GNOME things. He did our app icon for Pidgin 2. He did the app icon for Pidgin 3 as well. He did the entire default smiley theme or emote theme for Pidgin 2 and stuff like that. Like, even if you look at his Mastodon, I'm not going to remember what his Mastodon is, so I'm going to have to do it this way. So I noticed yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Oh, okay, he's just unmasked on the social. Ugh, I just don't, whatever. So I noticed yesterday, come on, his profile banner, these are Pidgin 2 emojis that he made. I was like, I'm pretty sure those are ours. So I go and look and I'm like, yep. So, but yeah, so he's whatever. So as he says, product designer who codes, he designs and builds software, both how it looks and how it works. So he is way better at UX than I will ever be. And that's why, you know, defer to him to at least get ideas and stuff. Or like, what can we be doing better? And like, maybe we're not going to be able to do everything he suggests. That's possible, right? But we'll go there. So yeah. Yeah, well, those emojis are from like 2007 as well. And right now they're not in Pidgin 3 because the intent has been to use emoji fonts. But that doesn't mean that we can't turn them into an emoji font. But we haven't yet, right? But yeah. Okay, he is not creating an account here. That's fine. Oh, we can probably archive X Alpha 5. Or I'm going to put this in Alpha 2 for now. Just so I remember it when I'm talking to him. This is a large task, though, because you got to learn how to create the fonts and shit. I got the creative people got into the open source space. People always think that you have to be a coder to contribute. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, right? So, where is it? I need to clean this up, but like I have a whole page about this, about how like there's multiple ways that aren't a coder, right? Pidgin is a huge project with a ton of things to be done, even if you're not a coder. Short list of things you can do to help get involved. Triage the issue tracker. Try to reproduce bugs, find mark, close duplicates, suggest patches be turned into pull requests, blah, blah, blah. Help users and participate in the community chat rooms, Discords, whatever. Proofread documentation. That's actually a great way to start. Write documentations, and not necessarily even write, but just even proofread, right? Does this make sense? Can you follow along, right? Facilitate translators and translations. That's another big one that right now is falling on me, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But participate in discussions, discourse, blah, 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 everywhere. Create and share fan art. That's another one too. For coders, find and fix build warnings, find and fix bugs on your own or via the issue tracker. Participate in design discussions, add cool features. Look over outstanding review requests, right? There's a whole bunch of ways to go. So yeah, like just even having somebody around, right? So like, people always go, well, wouldn't you get more done on Pidgin if you didn't stream? And I don't know. Maybe not, right? It's hard to say, right? Because when I'm here on stream, I might get sidetracked to something technical or whatever, but we're like, the focus is still Pidgin. I'm not going to get distracted and pull out the Switch and play like a Tetris 99 round or something, or I'm not going to doom scroll on Facebook or something because that's not entertaining to other people, right? Like maybe the Tetris 99 part, but like the other stuff doesn't happen, right? So it keeps me focused and I get to share what's going on with the project, answer questions, stuff like that, right? So like it's a real symbiotic thing kind of going on. But yeah. It's hard to believe I haven't. Well, you know what? There's a Pidgin Facebook account, a Pidgin Facebook page, and somebody has to run that. And where else do you think I farm memes from? Facebook is still one of the best places for tech memes. Go figure. But yeah. Like, my page is like just me sharing political socialist memes and tech memes. And then occasionally answering questions on the Pidgin stuff. That's my Facebook account. Alright, so this should be all clean. All good to go. Cool. Alright, we gotta go write this release blog post. That's fine. It's easy peasy. Discourse, IamFreedom.org. Like, technically speaking, I still have a Twitter account because there's a Pidgin Twitter account, but I'm not logged in anymore. Because I also have to protect the name from squatters. And Pidgin has a Blue Sky. I have a Blue Sky, but I don't want to give Blue Sky my birthday because they just don't need it. But Pidgin has a birthday, which is public. So that's there. But yeah. But, you know, we are everywhere. And we are nowhere. So, yeah. Oh, the IBA 0.16.0. We removed. Let me just get the changelog first. This will be easier. Yep. Like, it'll be easier to write the post when I actually know what the changelog is. So, okay. Add a bunch of additions when it comes to handling connections. Namely, the IBIS client stopped signal, as well as the new IBIS client.connect. Oh, this should be IBIS.client. How did I hit comma on both of them? It's create connection or connect async. Async pair. Also removed all existing deprecated API to start cleaning that up. Also added bunch of missing constants that is for Sure, that's not even that big of a deal. We also removed a bunch of these to start cleaning that up. Going forward, going to look to remove this one minor version after going forward up to 1.0. Going to look. Going to be removing. Deprecated. Depreciated, whatever. API. One minor version after it was depreciated. Is that no? It's deprecated, isn't it? Whatever. I don't. Who cares? This should show. Yep. Cool. All right, and then we just tag this with release, and then this will go out to Mastodon as well. Cool. All right. First step down tonight. Yay. Is this one able to merge? No, this depends on 4639. Yeah, and I reworked this, waiting for another update on that. Okay. Like 4639 has an approval, but it's stale. Might go forward, we'll see. All right. Oh, I guess we'll just start here. We're on default. Okay, cool. CD ms.wrap. And I also use this to validate the download. What? Is the file actually corrupt on SourceForge? Like, this is specifically why I do this way. Well, what the shit? I think I know what happened. How's it going, Mr. Olympic? So the files that got uploaded to SourceForge match. The checksum matches the file, right? We can. It's XZ, right? That matches, right? So if somebody somehow corrupted them, they got both files right on the fly. That'd be crazy, right? So what I think happened is, and I don't know if these are going to be the same right now. Yeah, okay. So when I rebuild from the tag, I get the right checksum, right? The 6C1, D61, right? Or I can just even do SHA-256 /ibis .16.0.tar.xz SHA-256 my local file here checks out fine, right? What happened was when I did the Mason dist for the release prep or the new dev version, right? So if I just HG up to default, right? So if we look at this last commit, this changed the version to 0.16.1.dev. But if I just run Mason dist, all right, so if we look at the Mason dist directory, right? And if I run Mason dist now, what generally has happened to me in the past, but now it looks like it won't, is it overrides the file, or like it doesn't update the file name. Yeah, right? So the dist file names didn't update because I didn't rerun Ninja itself. So now, if I look at the MD5 file here, that's the other hash, right? But if I run Ninja before I run Mason dist, now I'll end up with a 0.16.1.tar.xz file. That's what happened, right? So I did it to myself. Yep, okay. So the problem was I just fucked up. So this is the correct checksum. Not that one. But this is why you do all this, right? This is why people are like, oh, you can't trust SourceForge, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. You fucking check some of the files and you sign them. And you can verify that they haven't been changed. Like, it's not that hard. This is tech we've had for a very long time. This is also why stuff like Debian doesn't even need to run their apps stuff over HTTPS because they verify all their signatures. So, yeah. All right, so we can't move to connect. Well, we can move to connect async right now, but we're not going to. Yeah, the NSA didn't mess with my files this time. So CSB, this whole IBIS release is to get to your connect async thing for Alpha 2. Sure, we'll just do this way. I was thinking we can maybe do other stuff with this, but we'll just do this. We'll do this, the connect async thing, and then we'll have the stop signal. Actually, what? Yeah, okay, yeah, so we didn't update for that either. That's fine. So we can maybe try to get the IRC connection or disconnection detection working for Alpha 2, but we'll see. IRCv3 depend on IBIS 0.16.0. The precursor use some of the new connection stuff in IBIS. But yeah, so I have a pull request almost done that does all the connect async stuff, but I didn't want to fuck around with IBIS, which didn't have an async method in its client yet. and put together something I'm literally going to throw away. So it was, all right, well, Ibis has a bunch of stuff that can go into a release. Let's finish that up, get that released, then we'll finish this other pull request, so we have the connect async thing. So, yeah. Should be fine. Like, we just bumped the version of Ibis, nothing different, nothing else changed there. It's just some new bug fixes, new features, blah, blah, blah. Oh, fuck. Every fucking time. This is why we have a unit test for this. So what happens is I rev it, and then the Flatpak doesn't work because the Flatpak didn't get updated. So we wrote a unit test to verify when the versions don't match. So that this works. This is like your unit test should make sure that you didn't fuck up. That's in more than just code. Because a lot of the times it would depend on the reviewers catching it because I'd forget about it, stuff like that. Now it doesn't matter, the code catches it, right? And this is also why we were on that. We have the Turtles build target that runs everything. So you don't have to be like, oh, I'm in this tree, I have to run this command. No, you just run Turtles in every single thing, and it does the right thing. Like, you set up the build system to do what you want on it, but then it's one command that gets used everywhere, and everybody's happy. All right, so now, what the hell is that branch of mine? Connect async. Oh, I named the branch Ibis. Okay. G rebase minus D Ibis E branches. I don't know why that's the only warnings we got. Okay. So far, this does pretty much what did you expect. So purple count is an account connect callback, which sets your state to connected or disconnected while you're going here. Right, and then in can connect, we call connect async rather than just calling connect. And connect async. We should probably set the state here, but that's okay. We'll get to that in a second. Or we should probably leave it up to the protocols. Awful Waffle, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. The channel point redemption outed you, sorry. And then I outed you. And then I told everyone I outed you. All right, yep. So this whole idea here too, the asynchronous nature of network connections, doesn't matter because it's an async method, right? I should reword this to tell connection to initiate a connection. Oh. On the waffle with 96 months. Holy crap. Thank you very much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Almost at 100. And the sum of two powers of 2. Right? Yeah, 64 and 32. For some reason I was thinking 24, and I'm like, that's the sum of other powers of 2. So I'm thinking we want to leave. Yeah, I think we want to let the protocol say whether or not it's connecting, because the protocol can validate its settings there. We added some other validation shit too, but now the async method just kind of kills all that, right? Like, oh, okay, yeah, you can try to connect now, but like you won't because this is broke. Your subscription is able to cross the street by itself? I don't know. At 96, it might need a hand. Is that really 8 years? Jesus. I've been doing this way, way, way too long. Oh, okay. So I started implementing this in IRCv3, but I didn't finish it. Okay. Right. So we call. So we create the IBIS client. We connect a whole bunch of shit. Blah blah blah. These got reordered a little bit, I think. Why aren't the headers? Oh, I've got both of them. Ibis 16/client.h. That's no.h. Okay, so proxy resolver goes before the cancelable. We're not going to use the connection cancelable here. Or we can. Yeah, that's fine. No. Where else do we use this? Yeah, get rid of that. We're going to take the cancelable as they passed in. Okay. And we got IRC v3. Connect callback. And then the data we're going to pass in is our. Oh, we have to create a G task. We have the task. We have the task right there. We pass in the G task. Okay. Callback. Yeah, this whole setup sucks. This becomes G object source, G async result. Result, comma, G pointer data. That does not fit in a single line. No, not even close. All right. G task star task equals data. Client star client equals Ibis client source G boolean success equals false. Success equals Ibis client connect finish client comma result comma error yeah, then it'll just be G task no No, we have to say, if not success, G task return error. Task, comma, error. Else, G task return boolean, task true, G clear error, or G clear object. Yep. So we also don't want to pay attention to that connected thing anymore, and that's a whole nother problem. We do want to add a thing for the stop signal, but we'll do that as a separate pull request. Because this is to move to the connection signal, and like we know that the disconnection detection sucks, but that is what it is. Purple connection set purple count set connection state. No, what the hell is this? Yeah, okay, it is set connection state. I thought we put all this on the account. Oh, is this internal? Okay, that's fine, but this sets the thing anyways. Alright, whatever, that's fine. Okay. Too few arguments, son of a bitch. Oh, I missed a comma, 742. That all looks okay. Although this didn't come up as online. The status is on. Why didn't this come as online? Well, that's a problem. All right, let's do this. So I just went through, I disabled everything except Ergo. We have to fix the Zulip thing too, but that's okay. Not connected. Oh, this might not be... Let's do this, join channel. This might be an old database problem. So like it's getting recreated, but the thing doesn't actually work. But let's verify that. We're gonna quit. We're just gonna run again. And then hopefully it'll have connected. It did not. Are we not implementing refresh channel here? Oh, it's protocol conversations. We are. That should all be fine. Can't remember what it was called. What? Like, that's a problem, sure. How did this fail? Oh, that. I'm a dumbass. Okay, well, that's a new thing we should fix in Ibis. Raw message is what was read from the server. It's not what was constructed. Gets a raw message that the message was parsed from. If message was not created by message parse, this will be null. But we should have to string or something. Serialized to string. We'll go ahead and leak this for the moment because that's fine. That doesn't have any parameter. It does include tags, true. Oh. No, that new line should be there. Ngrep minus Q minus W, TCP port 6667, and IP dot, or IP host 12168.1.220. Was this working before this? I don't know what that was. Okay, so we sent our NIC. Server's just sending us all the message of the day. We haven't sent anything to the server yet. Somebody sent a ping. I guess that's Pidgin 2. Or whatever. Yeah, so okay, so we didn't detect that we're online or something. Ugh. I missed her. Alright, so where do we break this? I don't know. Hi. I have a cat in the way. So if you see me ducking, that's why. Hi. Are you hunting for treats? Is that the deal? Although, on the next break, we should just give you more wet food. Yep, we'll get them treats. Yeah, go for it. Okay. So, let's verify if this worked before, right? Because right now I'm not sure that it worked. It might have gotten broken at some point, right? There's a problem with the protocols and stuff. We don't really have a way to regression test them aside from connecting, which is dumb. But this is why I want to build more of the libraries, because we can test the libraries, right? It's easier to test the libraries, the basic flow, stuff like that, rather than having to connect an entire account and then read through different parts and whatever. But it does work here. Okay, so I broke it somehow, which is okay, right? But we needed to know that part. We need to rule that out. Okay, mister? Seems like his breathing's been weird, but I might just be being pedantic. Okay, so I think we're looking for the account ready. Okay, where the hell is the account ready in V3? I'm in the wrong file. So when registration finishes... Hi. Alright, what the hell do we return then? What, you want more? There's nothing in purple. This is Ibis. Why is Ibis being a jerk? Did I miss something in Ibis? Oh, I think I did. Need to make that key binding harder. I think I fucked something up. Oh shit, everything got reviewed. Awesome. Thank you, Q Logic? I'm guessing. Yeah. Alright, I'm willing to bet I missed a... Well, no, I should have done... There was the stop there. I missed her. Yeah, Um, I'm very confused here. No, none of this. What the fuck? That all just worked fine. All right, we got an ad that's about to start. I gotta pee. I gotta get water, and this guy wants food. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I was wrong. Slater wanted water, not food. So I have this fountain in the bathroom that it's motion censored, so he can drink from it himself. But he always makes a huge mess and gets water all over himself. So with his collar and feeding tube and all that, I've got a different way, and I've got to be there to do it. So, all right. So what the hell? We know it sent the command. So it's got to be when we read the command back. We don't think we're connected yet. That's the only thing that makes sense. Right? Because, okay, so we're doing something in the connection thing. Dude, you've got to move. Or lay down. But you need to, thank you. There you go. Like, oh, I have the camera turned off. It's just prime location. Okay, so we had to be using the connected property for something else. Where was our old connected? This is the Ibis pull request, not what I'm actually working on. Or, you don't care about that. And then what was the other one? All right, so what the hell did I actually break here? So if the client wasn't connected, we said disconnect. There's not a whole lot there to work with that. What the? I don't. How did I break this, man? Oh, what we didn't test is just the new version of Ibis. Did our Ibis change break something? We know the old version worked, but we don't know if the new version with the old Pidgin implementation worked. It does. Son of a bitch. So, how the hell did I break this? What in the actual shit? This is the problem, I think. But maybe not. Gotta build first. And this doesn't matter because I'm on the wrong branch right now. What? We need to look at that in a minute, because that seems wrong. My undo did more than it should have. Yeah. How or why, I don't know. Didn't I have another parameter in here? Okay, so that's the problem. So the new code says connected before this happens, which is fine. But if we get rid of this, now it should work. Or not? What the fuck? I am so lost on this. Okay, so the account never goes ready. Uh, what the fuck is going on? Uh, This should probably be smarter, but whatever. We set the connection. We call connect async. We put it to a connecting state. Connect callback. Set the state to disconnected if it erred. Otherwise, we set it to connected. So the account gets connected before all that other shit. So the IRC logic is wrong now, for certain. Because by the point we hit that, the connection state will be set to connected. The account isn't ready yet, but yeah. Oh. I am Douglas with the raid. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How was your stream tonight? What were you up to? It was a bad idea to clock because it's so time consuming. Haha. How's it going, Lopta? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Ian Douglas, I don't recognize your name, but I hope you're doing well and had a good stream. I'm gonna go peep here for a second. Ooh. I am following you though. I tend to follow all programming streamers, not all, but a lot. You found out your stream in the past? Okay, it's possible. Also, but to be fair, I'm tired as shit, so brain's not working as well as it should be. Career coaching, resume review. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, welcome everyone from me and Douglas to stream. My name's Gary Kramlich. I'm the lead developer of Pidgin Instant Messenger. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you use it, maybe you used to use it, or maybe you use it, know it by its old name, a game. Either way, that's what we spend our time here working on. So how tired is shit? Exhaustedly. It's pooped. That's how tired shit is. It's pooped. Okay, I think that's the problem. Oh. The intent is not to see my belly, it's to see the cat. Hey! There we go. Whee. That was the problem. All the dad jokes? Yes. But I only slept like 4 hours or something last night. And I super carbo loaded, which I shouldn't do because I just recently got diagnosed with diabetes. Which, shit, I have to do all that. Alright, we're going to get boring here for a second. I got to do vitals. I was supposed to do that at 9 o'clock. That was an hour ago. Whatever. My blood pressure is also elevated, so I have to do my blood pressure too. What is this sleep of which you speak? Yeah, well, so I'm in my mid-40s now. I'm just diagnosed with diabetes. I'm overweight and I have elevated blood pressure. I need to sleep. I need to give my body time to recoup and stuff. It used to be, okay, but do you have all the other shit? Like here's my glucose monitor. I'm about to bleed on stream. Ooh. Oh, and actually, I'm supposed to be relaxing during this. But yeah, so my blood pressure has been about 150 or 160 over 110, which is not good. But my blood sugar has also been somewhere between 110 and 150, regardless of when I take it. Which is also not good. Yeah. And then not sleeping much today. Yeah. It's fun. It is definitely fun. By fun, I mean, no, it's not. Not at all. Oh, we got a bunch of people on YouTube right now, more than normal. As I'm sitting here trying not to move much so that I can take my blood pressure. It's cool. AMA, let's go. 3 minutes, let's go. Or not, whatever. Nah, I don't care. You want to use Trillion, go for it. The Trillion guys have been cool anyways. And we've been friendly with them for a while. Like, I don't talk to any of them directly. But Ian Robb, who you might know because he writes a ton of protocol plugins for Pidgin, he knows them because he's asked them for input on their protocols, on their internal protocol. Like he's asking for documentation. They're like, just ask questions. It's fine. But way back when, there's a time when Yahoo Instant Messenger changed their auth. And the Pidgin developers, and not all of them, but some of the Pidgin developers and some of the Trillion developers got together and figured out the new auth. So, you know, we're not we're in competition, quote unquote, but we're not in like, oh, we're going to destroy it. It's like, no, you know, we each do different things and then go, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to steal that. Right. But yeah. Are there protocols that I've dropped from Pidgin? Cooperation? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so we tend to drop protocols when they're no longer used. But I was talking about this earlier, but in Pidgin 3, we're dropping all proprietary protocols from the main code base. Now, this doesn't mean that we won't maintain them and or distribute them, but they won't be in the main code base. And there's a number of reasons for that. Like back in the day, there used to be, like, everyone still thinks that like we should ship and have all the protocols in tree and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, they don't understand the problems that creates. So for example, Novell wrote a protocol plugin for groupware and they gave us the code. They open sourced it. Cool. That's awesome, right? No notes. Except they gave us no way to test the code. We didn't have access to our groupware server. So what happened to that code? It bit rot, right? And then a user would come in and it wouldn't work, and they wouldn't necessarily be a technical user or let alone a developer. And then we're trying to work them through and develop and bug fix through them to fix this thing that was donated to us as a burden, right? We don't want to do that anymore, right? And definitely not in the main tree. Because that just sucks, right? We have a similar problem with same time, Lotus same time, or whatever the hell it's going by now. Same deal, right? They let one of their employees write a library called Meanwhile, and he wrote a protocol plugin for Pidgin, and I forget what else. But then he stopped working there and lost, or they stopped using it or whatever, and he lost interest in it. And then it just bit rot, right? And then it's sitting in our tree, and same problem. We get users that want to use it because whatever reason, and then we can't debug it, we can't fix it, and it sucks. $154 over 93. At least the bottom's down. BP 154 over 93. It's higher than it was this morning, though. This morning it was 140 over 104. But so one of the other issues we don't want proprietary code in the main code base either is we've lost a contributor because of it. The contributor in question moved to the United States on an H-1B visa, and their employer that sponsored their H-1B visa decided that they didn't like the what's the right term? The liability, the legal liability of them working on Pidgin with the reverse engineered protocol code that was in the code base. So, you know, can't blame the person. You know, they're here on a work visa. They're going to do what they have to stay, right? They're not going to fucking chance having to move countries and stuff for an open source project. Totally understand, not a problem. But that's also pushed us to say, all right, well, that's a stupid reason to lose a contributor. So how do we fix that? Well, we just say no proprietary protocols in the main source tree, right? So then that contributor can still contribute to the main source tree as long as they just don't do anything with the other plugins, right? So, and in modern days too, right, it's much easier for us to ship additional plugins, either if we're doing a binary build for Windows or Mac or a flat pack. All that stuff's fine. Wow, glucose is real high again too. Not surprised, I had a whole bunch of pizza. So carb central. About 155 is not bad for after eating. Especially, I had 6 pieces of pizza. So, yeah. I was hungry. But yeah, so I mean, all the protocol plugins, they're called protocol plugins because they are plugins. Now, the build system hasn't necessarily made it easy and modular to move stuff around, especially when you start talking about translations and stuff. But in theory, like Ian Robb has a ton of plugins that are external. And he's managed them for a while that way and stuff too. But like with the Flatpak and stuff, so like the official Flatpak for Pidgin 2 has a bunch of additional third-party, quote-unquote, but there's first and third-party protocol plugins in there. Like we added, so a while ago we created a repository called Retro Purple. So we don't typically use GitHub, but I used this repo as a way for people to tell us if they'd actually use contribute to our stuff on GitHub, and the answer is no, they won't, but I already knew that, but it's fine. So we created this repo called Retro Protocol Plugins. So these are all the old protocol plugins that have been dropped and removed from Pidgin 2 for whatever reason, and they are now in their own repository where you can build them and they can be updated. And this is now in the default Flatpak on FlatHub. And, you know, we'll do other stuff like this and just, you know, pulling additional stuff into Flatpak or into a binary for Mac or Windows. That's not really a big deal. We can just create a separate Mason project to build all of that and pull all those in and build the thing and it'll be fine. Which we need to do and look at it here in the near future, but we're not quite there yet. But we're getting there, one thing at a time. Okay, so we fixed this problem. That's good. I'm on the wrong window is the problem. Okay, cool. We need to figure out the Zulip problem now. So we're going to disable the IRC account. We're going to re-enable Zulip. But this is going to be easier done this way. Mason devenv gdebug equals fatal warnings. GDB Pidgin 3. Invalid cast. Good. This is why we do it this way, because I can just backtrace from here and figure out exactly where this is happening. Connection login callback zulip connection.c64. Yeah, that's a problem. What caused this? This has probably been broken for, yeah, this should be the client. We don't care about that. The task is data. Oh, yeah. So this should be. Oh, I have this. It's just in the wrong spot. And this should say variable connection, connection. And then source. This should be client, not connection. Hopefully that got everything. I don't see any more warnings or anything. We have echo. We're accidentally echoing. There's a problem. Okay, so Zulip's fixed, working. Yay! But yeah, so local echo's a problem. The problem is we're not. We send the message and we get the echo back saying that it was sent, but we're not resolving that right now, which needs to be fixed. But yeah, all right, cool. So I forgot to test demo, but if demo works, then we're all good to go here. Oh, why'd none of the icons work? That's weird. Okay, cool. Oh, did the Ibis one get reviewed? Oh, there's still 5 issues here? Fuck. All right. Yeah. We're gonna merge this real quick before I create this pull request. 4649. It just avoids me having to do additional rebases. If I have to do changes, because I'm sure I will. All right, so now we'll get to merging and fixing the other stuff in a minute, but I wanted to do this so I can just rebase once here, and then we'll be good. Oh. Did we have a ticket for this? I don't remember if we did or didn't. Nope. Okay. All right, if you gotta go, sure. Otherwise, whatever. But have a good evening. Catch you later. Thanks for coming by, hanging out, talking. It's always nice when I'm not sitting here talking to myself the whole night. Connected and sent messages on demo, IRC, V3, and Zulip. Oh, we should also call them the turtles. Also called in the turtles. All right. We still have to do the disconnect async. Although that one feels weird, right? It's kind of like a close async. But I think disconnect is different enough that we don't necessarily need to make it async right now. Sometimes can't the difference between Twitch streamer. Can't tell the difference between Twitch streamer and schizophrenia? Yeah, yeah. Oh, another reason my sleep is all messed up. So this guy typically spends, like, we don't let him upstairs right now because we have all the foster cats up there, right? Yeah, they don't get along. Slater doesn't get along with other cats. It's fine. It's always been that way. So what typically happens is when everyone goes to sleep, he's down here by himself. Since he has, you know, this feeding tube and collar and stuff, I've been sleeping down here in case anything goes crazy or whatever, right? So I have been sleeping on the couch for over a week. So that's another reason why it's like, I am tired. Like, yeah. Definitely exhausted. And I'm looking very forward to the feeding tube coming out so I can sleep in my bed. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Do. That's all easy peasy. Yeah, so one of the other things we're doing differently in Pidgin 3, Purple 3 in particular, is accounts. That white space is fucked up, it looks like. We don't mark accounts as connected until the protocol says that they are connected. We didn't do it that way in weird ways, I think, in Purple 2. So like IRC, for example, there was no way to know when you were connected and when you should, and when you can start accepting user commands, right? So what happens now is we stay in the connecting state until we're ready for user commands. Then we're connected. That's when you call Purple account ready, and then stuff will happen, right? So like what we can do now with IRC is you can have a plugin and look for that thing to get connected, and then you could have something join specific channels or message people when the account is connected, not have to wait until after it's been connected for some amount of time. And that's actually huge. And actually, we have the account settings string list now. I need to add that property. We should do that. We can do that tonight even. Where's this? This is V3. Connect async 674. So like another problem is historically we've had all these plugins for Pidgin 2 like IRC helper and IRC more. And IRC more like would let you like set mods and stuff at startup, which is fine. But like the people that need that kind of stuff don't want a GUI to do it. They just want to put the commands in, right? So with the multi-line account setting now, the intent is that when registration is okay, we're going to read those settings, run them all, just fire and forget them. And then we'll mark the account as ready, and then everything else can happen. So like if you wanted to put your nickserve password in there, not that you should put it in there, but you could, right? And then everything is just much happier. Gtask return new error. Oh, no, okay, that's fine. It's just because it changed. Excuse me. Oh, it's added additional white space from here. That's what happened. Okay. Same deal on this one. All right. Not a big deal. Okay, yep. Fix these stupid problems. I guess we could rework that a bit. We'll see what the reviewers say. Man, I'm really starting to lose my voice here, too. This has been happening more and more lately, and I'm not quite sure why. This got moved to line 77. Okay. We should maybe move this until after the event queue, but at this point, we know that our API key and everything is okay. So that's fine. We just can't process messages yet. But that's fine. Connect async, connection, cancelable. All right, so that goes into the event queue. That's fine. Okay, yep. Next finish is your typical BS. All right, I like it. Let's go. Okay. What did I fuck up here? Apparently a lot. Oh shit, yep. Wow. I'm surprised that's working. But alright. Alright, Pidgin QR code.h. What line? 51. I copied this code from the dialog code, so I just fucked it up. I'm surprised we didn't get a warning about it, but whatever. This needs to clear or regenerate the pop-over menu because part of it depends on the text. He's right. Okay, yep. I copied that from GTK. I think I did. Was it 250? GTK loves to put spaces like that. Oh. Yep, that's a fuck up. That's a good fuck up. Yeah. That was not intended. That was me debugging stuff as I was doing the key bindings. Should be a comma on 429. Oh, yep. Obviously didn't compile on Mac. So, many of you may know that a lot of modern chat protocols have a way where you can log in with a QR code or just use QR codes in general. Right, we made that required. I thought we put that on both. Unless I just didn't rebase right. No, this should be everything. I didn't have a way to test this before. This is just the text one. The logic of this seems all messed up compared to the other one. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Actually, we'll test it this way too before we get too far with this. I should have just done it this way in the first place, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think we're just gonna leave it as a working patch. And then, all right, we're not gonna wait the whole 5 minutes, but after 5 minutes, this will get canceled. And then closing it should cancel that too. And then this guy's fun because every 30 seconds it changes. With the context menu, yep, context menu works now. That was just my bad. I forgot to do it. But we do have to go through and fix this as well to do the to regenerate the pop-up menu, or to clear the pop-up menu. Yeah. Huh. That's an interesting question. When the QR code changes underneath you, and we have to regenerate the menu, so you just saw it change. Oh, fuck. He just jumped up like he's gonna have an asthma attack, so go and get his nebulizer. But yeah, so all of you that are potential users and just computer users in general, if you have a pop-up menu and your context changes and something replaces that, should the menu be restored? I think the answer is no. Oh, we just had it too, damn it. Right? Welcome back, mister. Yep, so like the menu is still there, but the problem is this isn't the right thing anymore, right? So if I hit copy link, what is this going to give me? It's going to say that. Now if I hit it again, oh, okay, so it did work, but if the text changes, it could go from a URI to text. And then we change what the menu is going to do, but that's fine. For right now, what's wrong with my cat? Or so he was being anorexic about a week and a half ago. So he got hospitalized for a couple days, and he currently has a feeding tube in. He is eating on his own now, but aside from that, he also has asthma. So that's why he has a nebulizer and an inhaler. And how is he not in frame? Ooh, but how's it going, Matt Kite? Welcome, welcome. How are you? $46.40. Cat stopped eating for 2 months 6 years ago. They said it was her liver. Oof. Yeah, so we did an ultrasound and everything looked all right, but he had an inflamed pancreas, so they called it pancreatitis, and he seems to be better now. But we still have to give it a few more days with the feeding tube, and then we haven't been feeding him through the feeding tube, but he's got a few more days with the feeding tube, and then we got to get it removed. I didn't post this, did I? No. But yeah, that sucks. One of our other cats, he had a whole bunch of stuff, and when we got to the point of him not eating, losing weight, and then getting him an ultrasound, it was unfortunately time to say goodbye. But that was like 2 years ago now, or a year and a half. I don't remember exactly now. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Okay. Make sure this does the same thing. Kept her hydrated with subcutaneous fluid, then had a blood test, check her organ function. It was good. That happened during shutdown, and no one was taking new patients. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, during shutdown, the cat that had to be put down, he developed this weird skin thing too. And some of the vets are trying to tell me it's a food allergy because I changed treats on him. But even though they're like, oh, well, yeah, once it triggers, it'll just keep going. I was like, I don't believe you. And after a couple of vets after that, we got to a dermatologist, and she just prescribed something that kept it in check. He went back to his normal food. Go figure. So, yeah. All right. Pidgin QR code, the text notify. I guess we can just do an update texture. Why don't we just rename this to update? If G is GK is popover. Unparent is going to remove the reference. So what I really want is G clear pointer. That gets text notify. That gets the set QR code. Okay, that should just do it then. There's so much. He was only 6 years. Oh, it sucks. We're super close now. Talks to you all the time and always has to touch me. Nice, nice. Okay, so I misunderstood. So she's still with you. That's awesome. Yeah, this guy here is 14 now, I believe. So he's definitely getting to that point of. Did I break it? Nope, there we go. Okay, cool. Yep. So now it gets rid of the popover. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, like it was like I don't know how people are able to do stuff like subcutaneous fluids with their cats and stuff. Like Slater here, even working with his collar for the feeding tube. It's he's a cat that's definitely everything's on his terms. He got a little angry last night. My roommate got caught by his tooth, didn't get hurt, just, you know, scrape. I got a scrape by a claw, didn't break the skin or cause any blood, but he wasn't happy, right? And like, that was a good day. If two cats adopted the same day after she got sick, now the other cat hates her? Oh no. Yeah, cats are weird. So we're currently fostering 7 cats. We brought in a pregnant feral last June. They all just turned 1. All the kittens did, but she had 6 kittens. So we have 7 cats that we're fostering upstairs and trying to get adopted out. It is a lot of work. My roommate takes care of most of it though, which is awesome. Yeah, so anyways, their current count, there's 8 cats in this house. And there's many, many ferals outside, which we need to TNR. But until we get rid of get these ones adopted, it's too much work to try to do all of it. Rebase and address issues. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of places that are looking for fosters all the time. So like in Milwaukee, there's like at least 4 different places. We're volunteering as fosters with the Urban Cat Coalition. But there's other ones, I can't think of their names right now. But, you know, even like if sometimes they're even looking like for a foster for like a day or two, right? So like if you can keep them in a bathroom or something, because like, you know, their normal foster has to like, you know, go out of town on a business trip or something, right? All sorts of stuff like that. So. There also was one of 6 kittens with their mother being fostered. Oh, nice, nice. All right, this looks good. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I should have read. What is mine? Where the hell did I put my phone? Huh. Hold on. So I'm yawning so much, I want to read what Google said, or Google Health said about my sleep today. It's kind of funny. Oh, maybe it's not going to show it here. Oh, no, I think it's just a notification. All right. It looks like it was a tough night. This kind of sleep can leave you feeling drained. Today is the day to focus on recovery. So sleep duration 4 hours 19 minutes. Well, yep. That's about right. All right. First day you brought her home, she laid on the pillow and touched your face with a ball. You melted. Decided on her at the last minute. Yeah, it happens. Hi, mister. You can't have more treats. I'm sorry. You just can't. You've been eating treats all day. You gotta go with food. Actual food. Actual good, yummy food. Yeah. Oh, you can't even see him. He just got his tail. Hi. Yeah. You can get the crumbs in there, but I'm not giving you new ones. If you're hungry, you go get some yummy food. Don't look at me like that. You already got too many. Alright, so that's all good. We gotta go merge happy. Ever seen an orange female? I'm not sure. I'm like, surely there has to be some. But yeah, I'm not sure. Trying to remember what my high school girlfriend's cat looked like. Why is there an extra issue now? Because he found one more. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, that's definitely not used. QR code dialogue 32. Yeah, torties and calicos are always female. I didn't. Torties have been more or less new to me. I haven't seen them in a while, but out of the 7 we're fostering, 2 of them are torties. Then we've got a kind of technically a tuxedo cat. He's got like 3 white furs here and a couple on his belly. Otherwise, he's all black. Then we've got 2 tabbies. One of the tabbies has a really, really fluffy tail, and he's got fluffy ears. Then we've got a tabby girl that's kind of orangish. So she looks, we call her Snickerdoodle because she looks like cinnamon. Yeah, and that's the 6 kittens. And then Mama was a tabby as well. But we got an ad coming up in 12 seconds, and I can't snooze it. Well, I can, but I'm going to let it go because I already snoozed it once. Elsa's mother was a tortie and the other cat is oh, nice, nice. I'm going to send this picture to my roommate. Oh, all right, we're in the ad now, 46, 42, that's fine. Oh, it didn't let me do reply all. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, he's right. Alright, I think I want to do that. Or not. Okay. I hope I didn't publish what he's doing, because we're doing too much stuff here at once. But yeah, he's right about the update. I'm in the wrong file. I put the if there originally. Clear any existing pop-ups. As the text could change. Come on, man. Between a URI and not. Which would invalidate the menu. Give a better reason for why we're actually doing this. Don't look at me all grumpy. You're the one putting your tail all over my keyboard. No. Yeah. Alright, is there anything else here? Did I miss that one? Oh no, that got fixed in the second one. Alright. Yes and no. Not so much. Like, he will every now and then, but he's not like a very talkative one. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I know. You doing ear? No. What? What? What are you being so grumpy about? You know you have food in the kitchen. You want yummy food? Yeah? Come on. Alright, I'll be right back. Hold on. I know we just missed the ad, but come on. Let's go get your yummy food. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, all right. I give him fresh, wet food, and he is much happier. You want to try an app you found that lets you talk to a cat, like the Simpsons baby talk thing? Baby translator. There we go. That's what it's called. Oh, I didn't publish this? Oh, it's sitting in draft. URI should probably be capitalized. Oh. Crap, there's something I said we should look at tonight yet. I don't remember what it was. No, it was the copy debug stuff. I don't know. I learned C in the 90s. So, like, how to, like, trying to gauge if people can learn it now, I don't know. It's easier than C++ because there's just way less language, right? But like I don't know, if you don't know pointers and stuff already, that's going to be hard. But otherwise, the rest of it's not so bad. But yeah, why the hell do I have a VPN button here? Yeah, bye. I don't use Firefox VPN, let alone on stream. All right, I think that one's good. Okay. Where do we start with these? Depends on 4647, depends on 4646. Depends on 4645. Okay. Could you dictate the code to use keywords? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that. You dictate the code or use key. I still don't know what you mean. I wouldn't want to. There's too many symbols. Open parenthesis, right? Where I can just parenthesis, right? They just, yeah. Like way back in the day, I tried to use Dragon Naturally Speaking for coding, and it was like, oh, this is dumb. Like, this does not save any time. I mean, the speech recognition stuff wasn't great either, but like, just, it was not a good time. Oh no. Oh yeah, okay. I'm in the middle of building our own Sasso prep. Like, I don't know, typing's pretty efficient once you get good at it, so like, there's not really a reason to not use it for input. Right, because I was like, what am I dictating? Review board tools land review request 4647. That's like 3 times longer than it takes me to type it. Run Ninja Turtles. Change commit phase to public. Push changes. Yeah. Just way faster to actually type it. Run Ninja Turtles would be pretty cool. Sure. No, I make a lot of mistakes. But the commands I use all the time, yeah, those ones are fine. But, you know, it's like all things, right? The more you do it, the better you get. Learning programming language. The more you do it, the better you get. Typing. The more you do it, the better you get. The more you start doing programming typing, the better typer you get and faster you get in general. Because you're doing crazier things, right? Now, obviously, if you have some sort of impairment or something, that's going to be a different issue, but, you know. Okay, yep. Okay, I apparently just broke everything in my branch, but whatever, it's fine. Oh, shh. I need to look at that in a second. Okay. This is the start of this one, right? Yeah. Let's merge this. Also, tab completion helps a lot in avoiding typos. 4639. It's funny too. My whole plan for June was just to do bug fixes. It's like, nope, new API, go. Get it in before the release. All right. So we need to clear the demo thing here. You guys are really tired. Yep, have a good night. Thanks for coming by, hanging out and chatting. Catch you later. Aha. Okay, we do ref it here. My cat lives a long life without any more problem. Yeah, me too. The asthma has been... He's had asthma since he was like 2. And like I said, he's like 14 now. So it's been many, many, many years with this. It's actually the same nebulizer from the start. No, he hasn't sneezed much from it at all. But I mean, when he has an attack, he'll do this thing where he's like, and then you get the nebulizer on him, you puff it, and he'll fight it for a minute, and then it gets better, and he's like, okay, cool. Do that. 4640. That's pretty good. Yeah, so like some of the foster cats will do it too. The difference is he's been diagnosed with asthma, right? Like if they're coughing or something, that's just basically a cat cough or whatever. He's done it a couple times today even because, I don't know, like if they sit weird sometimes, like, I don't know. I'm not a veterinarian, so I don't know. Oh. But yeah, he does tend to do it more when he's been sitting in a window or something. That tends to get him the most. I don't want to do the flat pack stuff. That's going to take too long. It's 12:15 or 11:15. I don't think we're going to get this done in time. It's close, but like we've got 11 days and I think we're just going to push it. It sucks because I really want that in place, but it's how it goes. Well, Pidgin is passion project stuff, so it's fine. I don't get paid to work on this. It'd be cool if I did. If I could actually, you know, sustain myself on this. But I make, basically, the only money I make on Pidgin is basically what I pull in from Twitch. Which is not a lot. This would be relatively fast. We need to look at the debug thing too, but let's... Elma 9 and Team City. This is one of the things pushing some of the hassle changes. Because Alma Linux... Actually, I should just put this in here. Oh, I already started. Which we need in hassle. On our own implementation of hassle prep, as we have just about all the tools via GUTF-8 normalize. Which one to go to glib? Good night. Have a good one. Is what yeah, are we gonna get this for Alpha 2? Probably not, but I'm gonna leave it now because I'm kind of close. That one we can still do. This, it's probably gonna get punted, but we'll see. That could get in there. We're almost done with this. I don't remember what's not working. I think I gotta finish implementing deletes. Did we delete the other request field thing? I don't remember if we did or not. I think we did. Alright, so the request API is gone right now. Because the intent was to get to the request page, which we can still do. I'm almost done with that. Alright, I guess we're... No, okay. Alright. Demo's good, Pidgin, okay. Let's start with 4640. How's it going, Null Ref Check? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Very warm evening? Nice. Hopefully not too warm. Shit, I gotta do the state of the bird. I used to be really good about getting the state of the bird out on time, and it's been real bad the past couple ones. All right, we have official support for QR codes. Yay! This support is going to change a little bit over time. This right now is meant to unblock protocol developers, but we're going to build an authentication API around it. Or maybe not, but we're going to add an authentication API. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work quite yet. But... then we'll use a QR code there. But right now this will work. This is a nice stopgap that'll let protocol developers build stuff using QR codes and not have weird issues. Yeah, but we can't actually get rid of the request API entirely, because we need it for account passwords prompting, right? Yeah. But we got rid of the existing GTK request stuff, so this doesn't work. So I have a branch called request page, which we'll need to fix before the release. Yep. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Okay, that's not too bad. Probably same thing here. Oh, that's right. I messed up the resolution mark. It's resources. Oh, fuck. I don't even have that part done. Okay. What we should do, though, is... Let's do that quick. Since we have the actual QR code stuff, we're going to remove the request QR code. Because that was the way we thought we were going to do it initially and then decided against it. So we don't need that anymore. Or what? Oh, right. I put it in the top level because I wanted to move them. Although in reality, we could leave this in for now. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just leave it in. Because we have the widget that does it now. so we can easily add it. Although it's not. No, the API for that's all busted. Fuck. God damn it. Yep. So yeah, I didn't do a real thorough investigation, but I went through all the protocol plugins all the plugins we're aware of, and out of all of them, the request fields that are used are to generate QR codes, to modify profile data, and to display profile data, and then there's like the XMPP room configuration stuff. There's one more thing I can't think of at the moment, but we need a better profile API because profiles are way complicated. We may move the purple account settings API and change it to a purple settings API. And then that way that can just be used in the account settings and for the profiles and stuff like that, because those are all going to have the same kind of setup. So the problem is in Pidgin 2 and Purple 2, we had the request API, account options, and plugin preferences. All three of them tackled the same thing in different ways for different things. We need to stop doing that. And the request API doesn't make sense for account settings, but the account settings seem to be okay. So I'm leaning more towards that API because it's more lean and mean, and the request API is just not ideal. So trying to get away from that. All right, HT branch, remove request QR code. Initial attempt was determined to not work out and has since been replaced by QR code. There. Whew. $46.51. Okay. Thought there's a property we can put on this label. I need to check. Thanks. That's definitely what I wanted. But otherwise, this looks mostly the same with some stuff getting busted here, but that's okay. The images work much better now. The count looks fine, minus the weird squashing thing. We have to fix that in another place too. The lists are getting reworked. This isn't great, but that's okay. The corners are cut off weird. But the previous list, I can show you here. So this is the previous request field dialog. Oh, this doesn't work yet. I gotta fix that. Right, but the lists here are very small, hard to get to, whereas now it's just all here. For better or worse, right? I don't know. But like I said, I want to get rid of the request API, but we can't kill it this close to release because we don't have a solution. I'm not going to be able to implement the password request dialog in time. Yeah. So, although, aren't these both Adwada entry rows? It seems like we're missing styles or something. Oh, there's a clamp on there. Adwada preferences page. Oh, am I just missing the preference page here? I think that's the problem. Yeah. I didn't put a preferences page in here. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, don't. Oh, I guess the flat pack is just. The settings are different for the flat pack for some reason. I guess that would make sense. I don't know. But. As you can see, most of it's there. The problem is I don't have any of this wired up for the cancelable and stuff. And we are most likely not going to get to that tonight. Actually, it's more than not likely. We're just not going to get to it tonight. $46.51. Oh, I meant to run turtles. Should be fine. Meant to run that before marking everything as public, though. Oh. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I still don't know why all that other stuff is broken weird either, which is shitty, but it is what it is. So the issue with doing the flat pack stuff is, to actually test, I have to build a flat pack, and that's, like, it shouldn't take super long, but it is kind of annoying. Oh, this has just been a little out of date. Uh, let's see, how long does it take? Well, it has to update the runtime, so that sucks. Alright, downloading sources, doing the things. Did you eat all your yummy food? You can't have treats. Not until you eat all your yummy food. Yep. How you doing, mister? Hi. Need to get you a new bowl in here. Oh, this is the joy, waiting for it to build all the things. Those crazy graphs, and I think that's a Java and whatever, that's a libIDN, which we're trying to get rid of. My main problem with the Salsa Prep implementation right now is actually figuring out how to input the unit tests. So, like, I have the Unicode code point, but I need to change it into UTF-8, and I can't remember how the fuck to do that, and it doesn't look right when I render it in a web browser. I'm just like, what? Like, I thought there was some method for it, but like G Unicar. Oh, to UTF-8. Like, just to even verify it. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, that's a problem. I haven't built the flat pack in a while, clearly. This is CMake. Alright, well, let's try CMake so we don't have to use auto tools. There we go. Like, I'm being dumb. Where is this? I really wish they would show you a checksum here. I don't know why they don't. They can generate it once and it would make things much happier. Whatever, they say auto tools, it's fine. I don't know that we actually need all this, but we'll put it in because maybe it makes it faster. I have no idea what the checksum is, but we're gonna find out the hard way. Or not. Is it F for follow or this F? Oh, keep getting the same checksum, so I think that's right. We'll find out. Alright, well, whatever. They're fake blues or something. It'll say it's red switches, but they are physically blue. But yeah. This just broke Spasm, didn't it? It might have. Once it gets committed. Here's these sold in box whites. Huh. Yeah, I can imagine. Also, my soldering skills aren't great either, so it's one of the many reasons why I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I'll buy something. You bought a keyboard, but it only had red switches available, so I was like, YOLO, here goes under. Oh, jeez. How's it going, Tired Beaver? But yeah, that's... this keyboard was $40. That's pretty much my limit for how much to spend on a keyboard. I don't understand why people spend so much money on a keyboard. And then they'll be like, well, you have to use it all the time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but this $40 keyboard's been fine. It's like the people are like, well, you have to get a Herman Miller chair. It's just like, no, I'm good. Super hot in Houston, almost 100 Fahrenheit. Jeez. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Yes, I've heard of jujitsu. No, I have not tried it because I hate using Git. And even then, I know it's compatible with Git and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is, just like all of these tools, and the problem all the time is, I am on way too many machines to have custom tools. The stuff, I'm sure it's in Debian and stuff, but then I gotta install it everywhere, and it's, yeah. Actually, I should be able to run this. We can check real quick if it's actually working or not. Yeah, cool. Cool. You haven't tried it? Okay. Getting after you today so bad, right? As you're trying to get real work done, apparently you can't control C in the wrong time, and oh, jeez. Yep, that sounds like something Git would do. But yeah, I really don't understand why Git is so popular, but whatever. It's like 100 gig of repos, so doing what everyone says to do, which is delete it all and download again. So yeah, yeah. Like the default restore action of a version control system should be revert, not delete and re-download. But it is because that's the world we live in, because we're somehow, for some reason, stuck with Git. I want to reviews. You want to know how I fixed it? You downloaded the .git index from another computer and it somehow worked? Yeah. Oh, it's probably got fucked up. It's fine. What is this? 279. Oh, yeah, that's not necessary. Oh, yep. 671. It's not this file. V3 connection. Come on, man. Talking to the cat, who now has his tail on my keyboard. Fine, if I give you treats, will you lay the fuck down and chill out for a while? How's it going, Nicholas? Welcome, welcome. How are you? The Devon's going. It's later. Oh, new air literal. Okay, 681. Where's the next one? Zulip connection at C72. End of fiscal year rush at work. All I was doing good for once. No complaints. Nice. Yeah, we're getting towards our release too. So we got 11 days, 19 hours. Again, our releases are just snapshots, right? But ideally, we want to have them be usable. And right now, there's a couple things that are just broke. I'm just like, whoops. Yep, shit happens. $46.50. Like, I need to finish the request API. There's the new widget because I kind of forgot that I just deleted it. And we don't have a replacement yet. Why does that look like it added an extra tab? All of them look that way. No, it's fine. All right. All right, we got an ad starting here. We're not going to go too much longer, but I got to get water and I got to pee, so I'll be right back. All right, much better. You know what I didn't check? Let's just do this because I haven't done it in a while anyways. I mean, fucking terminal, man. There's a new Tahoe update, lovely. Update homebrew. Do a Pidgin build here because we haven't done one in a minute. Okay. When did this happen? All right. Oh, right. Homebrew 6 is out or something. I got a feeling, fuck, all the build agents don't have QR encode. So all the builds are going to be failing right now. Yep, look at that. Fucking hell. Just look at those warnings in Seagull from here. Cool. Make sure it changes quick. Okay, cool. So we build and run on Mac. Woo! Oh. Maybe later. I think it's gone. um. Oh, this is Windows. Okay. I was like, why did I get logged in right away? Two. Just realized I didn't run turtles here. It should be fine. You were just having a bad day with this today, aren't you? Okay, fine. He's fighting me to take the inhaler, and then he takes it, and then he's better. Ish. That's fine. Woo! No open pull requests. Okay, we're building for x86 Windows, not UCRT, which is fine. This QR code. Give me 1 second here. Alright, sorry about that. I talked to my roommate. We're gonna try to get Slater's thing here. So we're gonna cut out of here. Because that could take 10 minutes or an hour, who knows. The sooner we get it done, the sooner I can go to sleep, too. So, where do we want to go raid? Sure. We're going to go raid SWK. You all will know him here from the stream. He's doing his CNC stuff right now. But we'll go give him a raid. That's cool. So, if you don't want to join the raid, you can go ahead and hit cancel above the chat. Otherwise, there's nothing else you need to do. YouTube, he doesn't have a YouTube, but this is where we're going over here on Twitch. But in the meantime, you can find links to all my social media right over here. I do post on my Mastodon when I'm going to go live. So if you're on the Fediverse, you can go ahead and follow me over there and get that. Otherwise, you can join us on the official Pidgin Zulip server, which you can find over here as well. Zulip is an open source chat protocol. We're building a protocol plugin for Pidgin 3 to use it and stuff. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming by tonight. And until next time, adios.